The mountain and peak is a very unique one. Its base starts on a sandy beach and it goes through a jungle, a taiga, a canyon, a volcano, and it even has a grassy, flowery peak. Frankly, it's a crazy and impossible mountain. But is there a mountain in real life that resembles it? First, let's take a look at each biome and see if it matches a mountain in real life. Sure, it's the base of the mountain and there's not a lot to look at here. It's just a sandy beach with palm trees. However, there are some basalt pillars. These are only found in volcanic areas in real life, which I guess makes this mountain pretty realistic as there's the volcano at the end. The tropics, it's a jungle with lots of trees, bushes, vines, and those stupid bomb shrooms. Now the third biome of the game switches every other day, the alpine and the mesa. The alpine is a pretty generic mountain biome since it's basically just a cold, icy taiga. However, it also has hot springs and geysers. On the other hand, the mesa is pretty interesting. It doesn't really fit on the mountain because, well, it's a canyon. The next two biomes, caldera and kiln, are both variations of a volcano. The caldera is a shield or caldera volcano, and the kiln is more like a composite volcano. Now the final biome, peak, is pretty weird as most mountains have summits that are rocky or snowy, but the one in peak is grassy and flowery. Now the main question, is there any mountain in real life like the one in peak? Well, no. The one in peak is just too diverse to exist in real life. However, there is a mountain that is pretty similar if we take a main characteristic from each of the biomes. Mount Kilimanjaro. It's not on a beach, but it's got the tropics, the mesa, well, kinda, and it's got the alpine even though it's at the peak. It's also a dormant volcano, so technically it's got caldera in the kiln. Now if there isn't a mountain that resembles the one in peak, which mountain resembles each biome the most? Well, for the shore and tropics, I think Kawakini fits the most, as it's foresty and it's on the beach. Simple. For alpine, I picked Mount Fuji as it looks pretty cool, and the hot spring monkeys give it extra points. For mesa, I chose the Grand Canyon, for obvious reasons. For caldera and kiln, I chose Mount Nyiragongo, I think, and Mount Etna as they're both good examples of each type of volcano. For peak, I picked Mount Pelag, as it's got the signature grass and flowers on its peak. Now to just edit them together and voila! Hope you enjoyed. I'd say this video was pretty peak. I'm gonna see if I can make a weekly upload schedule. Isn't that crazy?